Tawagin ang mga bata, maglaro sa kalsada. 2, 3, 4 o 5 ay pwedeng-pwede na.
Gumuhit ng bilog sa lupa, kumuha ng lata at ilagay ang lata sa gitna. At pamato'y handa na.
At mula sa bilog at lata, mga 6 na pagkada, gumuhit ng linya at doong pagulin ang lata sa gitna.
Ngunit teka muna, kailangang may taya. Kunin ang tsinelas at ihagis sa linya ang pinakamalayo,
ang siyang magiging taya.
Tara-tara-tara't magtumbang preso. Masayang laro ng batang Pilipino. Buhayin ang larong katutubo. Tuklasin at muling ituro
Sa mga bagong bata, batang Pilipino.
sa mga bagong bata, batang Pilipino. Pag tinamaan ang lata at hindi ito natumba, humanda na at hahabulin ka. Kaya tumakbo na.
Pamato'y dapat mabawi at huwag papahuli. Mag-ingat at baka abutin ka. At ikaw naman ang taya.
Tara-tara-tara't magtumbang preso. Masayang laro ng batang Pilipino. Buhayin ang larong katutubo. Tuklasin at muling ituro
Sa mga bagong bata, batang Pilipino.
sa mga bagong bata, batang Pilipino. Tara-tara't magtumbang preso. Masayang laro ng batang Pilipino. Buhayin ang larong katutubo. Tuklasin at muling ituro. Tara-tara na.
Tumbang preso. Tumbang preso.
Sa mga bagong bata, batang Pilipino.
Sa bakuran o kalsada, ito ang nilalaro nila. Ang libangan ng maraming batang Pinoy. Kahit saan ka mapunta, ito ay malalaro ng lahat. Libangan ng kabataan, dahilan ng kasiyahan ng bawat mamamayan. Biko ang nilalaro ng mga batang Pinoy. Kahit saan magpunta, ito ay masayang laruin. Walang kailangang kuryente o pera. Hanapin mong manalo. Panalo sa larong piko, ang nilalaro ng kabataang Pinoy. Kahit saan magpunta, ito ay masayang laruin. Kahit saan, kahit kailan. Piko, huwag magpatalo, galingan mo ang talon. Ibato ang pamato, tumalo ng sakto nang ikaw ay manalo. Panalo sa larong piko. Piko, huwag magpatalo, galingan mo ang talon. Ibato ang pamato, tumalo ng sakto nang ikaw ay manalo. Panalo sa larong piko.
Bata-bata, lumabas ka sa kwarto mo. Nasa lansangan ang kwento ng mundo. Halika't magpaaraw, matutong tumakbo. Nang lumakas ang tuhod, tumigas ang buto. Magkakasama tayo, magkakampi sila, magpapakitang gilas sa ginuhit na linya. Huwag palampasin ang kahit na isa. Talasan ang iyong isip, mata at tainga. Sumusugod, umiiwas, yumuyuko, umaatras, lumulusot, umiilag, tumitsyempo, lumiliyag, lalampasan bawat linya. Tayo, kalaban sila, basta't tayo'y magkakasama. Sigurado ang saya-saya. One for all tayo, all for one sila. Sisingit, lumalansing, kumakarera. Basta't kalkulado ang galaw ng iba. Di tayo matatalo, di tayo matutumba. Sumusugod, umiiwas, yumuyuko, umaatras, lumulusot, umiilag, tumitsyempo, lumiliyag, lalampasan bawat linya. Tayo, kalaban sila, basta't tayo'y magkakasama. Sigurado ang saya-saya. Halika, magpaaraw, matutong tumakbo. Nang lumakas ang tuhod, tumigas ang buto. Sumusugod, umiiwas, yumuyuko, umaatras, lumulusot, umiilag,
wisdom, source of intelligence. We welcome you to this auspicious gathering, an august moment for the pursuit of knowledge that is offered for the glory of your name. We do not wish to ask you more than just you joining us today, but we look forward to your heavenly grace, to amplify the desire for truth, to look up for and become prudent to learning. Keep us grounded in your love and mercy as we traverse a challenging path to keeping the inclination of understanding you and your most awe-inspiring creation. Be with us, O Lord, and descend your Spirit on us to maintain an earnest desire for knowledge, truth, and understanding you, the guide of the wise, the stronghold of the learned. This we ask through Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Okay. All right. All right. Oh, what a great afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Kung nasan man po kayo sa sa mga sandaling ito. And of course, I'm really excited as we have another program starting today. You heard it right. Starting today, we're gonna be starting our 2022 sports series. Medyo natatar ako dun kanina. Nag-starter ako kasi I think for about 2 months, no? Wala tayong masyadong webinar. And because of that, kasi tayo ay nagkaroon ng ating fitness and wellness series. Kaya naman, again, later on, I'm gonna be explaining, no, yung ating mga update and what happened for the past 2 months. And hoping that everyone can hear me clearly. And as I see that we have some participants na nandyan sa YouTube and dito sa Zoom. And of course, nakaka-excite sapagkat for this afternoon, we made to have a speaker who's really inspiring na ipapakilala ko po sa inyo mamaya. Kaya muli, I do welcome all our participants, no, here in Zoom and of course, YouTube. And again, I would like to request everybody to share the link, no, there in YouTube ng ating program for this afternoon. Because I think maraming magbe-benefit to be inspired dito sa ating magiging topic. Yan. And bago tayo mag-proceed, of course, I would like to recognize, of course, sa mga kasama po natin sa 1PhysEd.Ph who made things possible for this afternoon. Shout out to Coach Mark, Coach Joshua, and Coach John. Sila po ang mga kasama natin for this afternoon. And some of our premium members who are here with us, no, hindi ko na po iisa-isahin, but I'm really thankful that well-distributed ang ating attendance for this afternoon. Kaya nga, react naman tayo dyan using mga icons dito sa Zoom sa ating mga participants. We have different participants around the country. Meron tayong mga taga Luzon, yan, no? Special mention ko na si Sir Robert, no, from Pangasinan. Meron din tayo from Katubig National High School, some here in Visayas, Sir Julie Baro. Meron din po tayo, syempre, sa iba pang panig ng Pilipinas from, teacher natin from La Salle Subel. Shout out, Miss Andrea. Ayan. And sa mga hindi ko po nabate, wag po kayo magtatampo. But one thing is certain, we are here gathered as a family because we are for one goal, and that is to continue our professional development here in this sports series. Pero wag naman po kayong magtatampo because this time we're gonna be celebrating together with our friends there sa YouTube, no? Maraming salamat sa patuloy ninyong tune in dito sa ating professional development. We have yan from all the way from Mountain Province. We have Miss Geraldine Tauing, no? Maraming salamat and good afternoon. Hopefully you can share this also to your fellow PE teachers there. Sabi naman ni Sir Alan Santos, yes, you're from I would like to recognize Sir Alan Santos from Laguna. Magandang hapon. And of course, meron din po tayo mga friends sa iba pang panig. Meron tayo din na I think si Alona is a BPE student, no, sa Northern Philippines. And marami pa pong mga kasama natin dyan. And again, sa ating mga friends there na nakatune in, no, sa YouTube Live, please feel free to share the link of our episode sa hapon na ito because I believe, no, mas maganda na gawin natin to dahil at least may interaction dahil sabay-sabay. Kaya po, again, but still, yung ating mga friends that are not available for this afternoon, this session will be available pa rin naman via YouTube. Alright, so again, ito po muli ay ang ating 2022 sports series. Sabi nga ng ating tema, Empowering School Sports for a Better Tomorrow. Tayo, marami sa atin are PE teachers, no? And coaches na rin ng mga school. Therefore, if we can start a good sports program sa ating mga respective organizations and institutions or schools, no? One thing is certain, we can do something great para sa buhay ng mga bata and of course, para din sa ating bansa. Who knows that yung tinuturuan mo sa PE mo ngayon will be the future Olympians. Kaya itong ating episode will be truly on focus in developing, of course, or improving the school sports through the different topics that we prepare for you. And at this point, hindi ko na rin papatagalin, no, because I would like to introduce, and I'm really excited to introduce our speaker for this afternoon. Why? Because I attended this program na isi-share niya sa atin for this afternoon, and it is a blessing. Can you imagine yung mga tao or Olympians na hindi ko ma-imagine na meet ko kahit virtually, makakausap, makikinig sa story, makikinig sa insights ko, at ako din nakikinig sa kanila, ay na-witness ko through the program na sinalihan ko. And because of that, nakita ko na this is the perfect topic to be on the first day of this sports series. So allow me to introduce our speaker for this afternoon. He is the founder and convener of Mindanao Peace Games. He is currently based in Davao City and worked as University Athletics Director for Ateneo de Davao. Aside from helping start the OSLP, a leadership program in partnership with the Philippine Olympians Association during the pandemic, Coach Noli was appointed as consultant of the newly formed Bangsamoro Sports Commission, started August 2020, and was also the project director of the best-selling book, yes, get a copy of this, Winning Steel, published June 2021. He recently co-founded Adrenaline Solution, a Canada-based company that provides support, partnership, and mentoring to individuals, teams, and sports organizations. He was recognized as one of the pandemic sports heroes by New Balance Philippines, right? For his outstanding contributions to sports during this difficult times brought by the COVID-19 pandemic. Let's all welcome our very own Coach Noli Ayo. Magandang hapon, Coach Noli.
Magandang hapon, Jay, and magandang hapon sa lahat na nakikinig dito sa first of your series of webinars for 2022. At of course, ramis ko to, special shout out kay Sir Neil Patrick Ferrer, ang ating common friend, JR, no? Siya nagpakilala sa atin. Of course, good friend ko rin na nasa Zoom call ngayon, si Pading Alan Santos. Jay, maraming salamat again sa pagkakataon.
Yes, Coach Noli. And sabi ko nga, nung iniisip namin yung series, ano kaya yung pinakamagandang pambungad na topic? And yan yung kasagsagan na ako I think ang pinaka-speaker noon nung week na yun ay si Miss Lydia De Vega. No, alam naman natin, kilala naman natin lahat. Sabi ko, I think in order to make a difference, someone should, make a topic that can change the mindset of people within the network I have. And you are here. So we are blessed to hear what you will be sharing to us.
Yeah, and masaya ako na binanggit mo si Miss Lydia de Vega dahil napakahalaga ng papel niya sa OSLP sinalihan mo. Siguro kung hindi, well, malaking bagay siya kaya naisabuhay namin ngayong pandemic yung programang yun. Meron akong pinadala sa inyo, Jay, na short video. Mapi-play nyo ba yun? Ito yung nasa, I sent a video about Ma'am Lydia.
I think I have it here. In the form, no? Coach Nolly, tama?
Yes, it's in the form. It's in the form. But yeah, siguro,
I'll try
while you guys are looking for it, again, gusto ko lang ulit batiin ang lahat na nakikinig sa programa ngayon ng 1PhysEd Philippines, and maraming salamat sa inyong oras. And for the next few minutes, ikikwento ko sa inyo itong ginagawa namin this past year and a half. It's called the Online Sports Leadership Program. It's a partnership between the Philippine Olympians Association and Ateneo de Davao University. Ito po'y kung habang hinahanap ni JR ang file, nakuha niyo na, Jay?
I think I have it now.
Yeah. If you can play it first, kasi mabuti binanggit mo kasi munti ko na nga rin makalimutan. Pero dahil binanggit mo ang pangalang Lydia de Vega, gusto kong simulan natin doon kasi papaliwanag ko kung bakit.
Kindly check Coach Nolly if this is the one.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So, should I play this now?
Yes, please.
200はウシャに敗れましたが100は得意の種目。
そうですね。
Do you hear the audio po? Okay. Can you hear Coach Nolly?
Nawala na siya. Wala na.
Let me just repeat the process. Okay, once again, that one.
負けられないでしょうね。
そうですね。非常に険しい表情してましたね。逆にウシャにとりましては5冠を狙っていますが、この種目が一番難しい種目です。3コースが韓国パクミソン、4コースインドの PT ウシャ、5コースにフィリピンのリディア・デ・ベガ、6コースタイのラタジャイ。ベガかラタジャイかウシャかミソンか。ゼッケン142番はタイのラタジャイ、この人。準決勝では最もいい走りを見せていました。タイは伝統的にスプリント種目は強い種目です。スタート2回目、女子 100m の決勝、大会記録11秒76は5コースのリディア・デ・ベガ。スタート2回目、女子 100m の決勝、日本選手はいません。今度は綺麗にスタート、パクミソンコースタートを切った。ウシャ遅れている。50m に勝った。パクミソン先頭だ。ベガ出てきた。ベガ先頭。ウシャ追ってきた。ベガ勝ちました。勝ったのはリディア・デ・ベガ、2連勝。そして第2位に PT ウシャ敗れました。そして3位には韓国のパクミソン、見事に2連覇を飾りましたフィリピンのリディア・デ・ベガ。
いや強かったですね。
はい、ウイニングラン、手元のタイムで11秒54ですから大会新記録。やはりこの種目は
負けられません。
負けられませんね。
しかもですね、タイムが11秒54ですので、これは本当に立派な記録です。
そうですね。前回のニューデリー大会に勝った時にはですね、その後金メダルというね、映画を作りまして主演をしたそうなんですが、今回勝ってまた映画作りますからね。
そうですね。今度はパート2で作らないといけないと思うんですけども。
そうですね。しかし勝ってからも表情を変えてませんので、相当このね、期待感と言いましょうかね、プレッシャーはきっとあったと思いますが、まだ表情を変えないんですよね。
Thank you very much, Jay. I think that's about to end.
フィリピンのリディア・デ・ベガがインドの PT ウシャの5冠を一つ阻みましたね。
やりましたね。
トップザウシャはフィリピンのリディア・デ・ベガでした。
All right. Again, good afternoon for all those who are in the Zoom call and for all those who are watching YouTube. Yung nakita niyo po sa generation ko, she was an icon, and of course she still is an icon for us. But nung panahon na yon na wala pang social media, newspaper pa lang, naalala ko to na every time naririnig ko ang salita ni Lydia De Vega or nababasa, it's always about lalaro siya at pagkatapos niyan may medal siya. Of course, matagal ng panahon na naging tayong dominant sa larangan ng athletics dito sa Asia or even nga sa Southeast Asia. Medyo nagsa-struggle tayo, no? But of course, during the 80s, sa panahon ni Lydia De Vega, Elma Buros at their prime, andun tayo lagi. Ngayon si EJ Obiena, namamayagpag. Pero yung pinakita namin si Lydia De Vega, at masaya ako na nabanggit yon ni JR kasi kasama nga si Miss Lydia doon sa mga speakers namin nung last na OSLP National Summit. Again, my name is Coach Noli Ayo. I'm based now in Davao, and allow me for the next few minutes share with you the online sports leadership program and the journey we are taking. And ito, lagi ko itong sinasabi, nais ko na sana this sharing that I'm having, this is not all about me or the OSLP. This is also more about you and what you do. Ito pong hapon na to, nais ko na hindi lang magbigay ng inspirasyon. Kasi kaakibat ng inspirasyon ang pagnanais na dapat may gawin ka. Ang mundo natin hindi naman magbabago dahil na-inspired tayo. Magbabago yan kapag may gagawin tayo. So for the next few minutes that I'll be sharing, habang nag-iisip kayo, isulat nyo rin, ano kaya pwedeng mong makuha sa sinabi ko? At pag may nakuha ka, paano mo ito ma-apply sa mundong ginagalawan mo? Pwede po bang mga nakasama ko dito sa Zoom call, pwede po bang mag-share kayo dyan ng emoji? Kung ready na tayo, emoji lang. Thumbs up, smile, heart. Kung BTS fan ka, pwede po tayong mag-heart. Shoutout sa lahat ng BTS fan ngayon. Alright, sige. Jay, nakikita mo?
Yes, Coach Noli.
Yeah. Sandali lang. Ayusin ko lang ha. Alright. Nakikita niyo buong screen? Just checking.
Full screen. It's in full screen right now.
Alright, for a while. Sige. So the online sports leadership program. So this is the poster of our most recent batch. Ito, dito nakasama si JR, no? We had 4 speakers that held last February 19 to 26. Kasama namin si Miss Ads Dumapong, our Paralympian. Of course, Mansueto Onyok Velasco, 1996 Atlanta Olympics. Kasama namin din si Rene Guy Concepcion, nung sumama sa 1988 Seoul Olympics. And of course, the legendary Lydia De Vega. Some things about the OSLP. It's a partnership between the Philippine Olympians Association and Ateneo de Davao University. Alam mo, kahapon kasama ko yung mga staff ko sa Ateneo de Davao. Nagmerienda kami. It was a while since we last saw each other na buo kami. So nagmerienda kami. Napagkwentuhan namin itong OSLP at kung gaano ito lumaki. Kasi originally, Jay, ito'y para lamang dapat sa Ateneo de Davao. Noong 2020, when I was also trying to figure out paano ako mas makakatulong sa university na walang sports program, we don't have budget for sports, there was really no sports activities. Ang nakita ko lang talagang pwede nun was the online program. However, when I presented this to the university, medyo hindi ito nakakuha ng traction. It wasn't supported well enough. So sabi ko, hanap kaya ako sa iba. At doon ko nahanap ang POA, of course, with my friendship with Ms. Akiko Thompson Guevara. And I shared to her the idea of having the network of Olympians in the country share their stories to sports leaders and coaches. Of course, my origin story yan, which I'll explain later. Again, the OSLP is a product of the pandemic. It's a pandemic baby. And I'm sure marami sa atin na naging mga entrepreneur, naging mga speaker, naging kung ano-ano pa nung matigil ang ating ganap bilang coaches at mga sports practitioners, at least for a while, no? Especially yung first 100 days ng pandemic. So far, yung online sports leadership program ay meron ng 80 or more participants kasi we have around 12 to 15 participants per batch at meron na kaming 6 batches. No? So magpa-batch 7 na kami this coming April 23. So kung gusto nyong sumali, sabi nga niyan, PM is the key. Alright, PM is the key. And we have 2 to 3 more online batches before the OSLP National Summit. Ano po ba yung National Summit na sinasabi ko? Alright, so yung OSLP National Summit, it will be held in Palawan State University on October 20 to 22, 2022. It's a face-to-face gathering of all, or ang invited lang po rito ay yung mga sumali sa online gathering namin. So, so to be able to be invited, you have to at least have joined that online online program. Napakahalaga po. Alam niyo po, isa sa mga natutunan ko bilang isang organizer ng sports, bilang isang athletics director, yung kapangyarihan ng shared experience. Yung pinagdaanan yung pareho. Kami po ni JR, di pa po kami nag-meet face to face. Yung nagpakilala sa amin ni JR, si Neil Patrick Ferrer, di pa rin po kami nag-meet face to face. However, in our networking alone, ang dami po naming mga nagagawang proyekto. Kami ni Neil may ginagawa, kami ni JR may ginagawa. I'm sure si Neil at si JR meron din ginagawang proyekto. Napakahalaga ng yung networking. Bago kami nagsimula ngayong hapon, kausap ko si JR at ang core group, si Mark, si Josh. Sino pa nga yun, Jay? Please, bago ko makalimutan. Para hindi ko kasi magamit yung aking
Sir Mark, Sir John, and Coach Josh. Coach Josh, yeah. Coach Mark, and Coach John.
Yeah, so shout out doon sa tatlong mga ginoong yon na nakasama ko kanina. Sinabi ko sa kanila yung nag-usap kami about yung networking and its power if it's really used well. Meron akong isang kaibigan na Dutch na dinescribe, and again napakilala po ako bilang convener at founder ng Mindanao Peace Games. It's an independent sports movement here in Mindanao composed of 18 member schools and organizations. Sa experience niya sa Mindanao Peace Games for 2 years. So he's an outsider looking in and experiencing Mindanao Peace Games. He uttered a phrase that made me reflect so much about networking. Sinabi niya ito, you know, Nolly, bago siya matapos yung role niya sa amin, siya ang tagasulat doon, gumagawa ng mga articles. Sabi niya, one thing I appreciate about the Mindanao Peace Games is it's a network that works. It's a network that works. Sorry, a network that works. Napaisip ako na kasi totoo nga, no, hindi naman talaga lahat na network gumagana, di ba? I mean, even if we look at the networks, the signal sa mga cellphone, di ba? Some networks walang signal, may mga araw na malakas, may mga araw na hindi. The idea there is, if you are to create a network, make sure that it is connected, strategically connected well, that it will really be seamless most of the time. So when we started the idea of the OSLP, naka-ingrain na sa akin yun. Paano ko mapagdudugtong-dugtong yung mga taong sasali dito? Kaya meron din po, hindi po lahat na gustong sumali sa OSLP, nakakasali. Alright, so unang-una ang OSLP din po, hindi po libre. May bayad. No, kaya meron din po, may bayad pala. Bakit kami may bayad? Nais naming i-emphasize na ang isang bagay na mahalaga, dapat pagbibigyan din ng konting halaga. We usually take for granted things that are for free. Usually. I'm not saying every time, but we usually take it for granted. So we realized there should be an investment not only of time, but of capital to make the OSLP have more attachment to our participants. And true enough, mas lagi silang sumisipot. And most importantly, most of them have already confirmed that they will be joining the OSLP National Summit in Palawan. Of course, it's a beautiful place. It will be in Puerto Princesa. And of course, JR, hopefully makita ka namin doon at ilang pang mga kasama natin dito sa 1PhysEd. So again, meron kaming National Summit. But the meat is not about the National Summit. This is just an output. It's just an output. Ang output, it's the product of the moment. What we are more concerned is the outcome, yung long-term effect. You know, pag the face-to-face summit, we really want to create a network that works. But this time, unlike sa Mindanao Peace Games na nasa Mindanao lang, we want to make sure that the network will, ripple within the country. And we will make sure we will maximize the opportunity to expand the people to to get to know each other, their advocacy, and more importantly, how to work together. At mamaya papaliwanag ko kung paano namin yung ginagawa sa OSLP. Paano nga ba nagsimula ang OSLP? At bakit ko pinakita yung video yon? Sa pagmumuni-muni ko, Jay, nagsimula ang OSLP noong 2014 sa Singapore nung nakilala ko, or kilala ko na si Lydia De Vega, but nung nag-meet ko for the first time, si Lydia De Vega. Noong 2014, dinala ko ang I'm the University Athletics Director of Ateneo de Davao. I relocated in 2013 November. I started really my full school year as an athletics director in 2014. Ang dating athletics director, kung hindi nyo alam, ng Ateneo de Davao is now the current chairman of the Philippine Sports Commission, si Sir Butch Ramirez. Nung umalis si Sir Butch to join the sports office of Ateneo de Davao under the then Mayor President Duterte, nabakante yung lugar, yung athletics office ng Ateneo. So the President of Ateneo de Davao invited me to come to Davao and take the role. So nung lumipat ako sa Davao, naisip ko, ayoko, and again, ako po yung tipong athletics director na hindi po ako naniniwala na dapat puro lang sports, puro lang laro, puro lang medals, puro lang trophies. Napakahalaga po para sa akin na may ganap ang aming opisina sa pagpapalawak ng pananaw ng aming coaches, atleta at mga magulang, pati na rin po ang maging bahagi kami ng pagbuo ng kanilang pagkatao. No? More than sports, kumbaga. So noong 2014, bahagi ng pagpalawak ng pananaw ng aming mga pinuno sa sports, sinama ko yung aming sports director ng college, sports director ng high school, at sports director ng grade school sa Singapore. In-emphasize ko sa kanila na habang magkakasama kami sa Ateneo de Davao Sports, it's gonna be more than sports. No? Ayokong sayangin ang oras ko na puro laro lang ang aming pag-uusapan, puro laro lang ang aming gagawin. Para sa akin, mayroong pang mas at mayroong pang mas higit sa sports at hindi lang yung paglalaro. Noong 2014, na-meet ko si Lydia De Vega. Alam niyo po, ang akala ko, fun moment lang yun. Makikilala ko siya, magkikwentuhan kami. However, na-struck ako sa kwentuhan namin dahil naramdaman ko yung lungkot ni Miss Lydia na nandun siya, na nagsiserve sa Singapore, teaching the grassroots, running, at wala siya sa Pilipinas. Of course, ng mga kwento yan, hindi lang naman. Pero kala ko nga noon, kala ko matatapos na yun doon. Subalit, bago kami umalis noong 2014 sa Singapore, if you are familiar with Singapore, meron silang state-of-the-art, world-class sports hub. Ito yung pagkaganda-gandang sports complex nila in the middle of that small country. So pumunta kami doon. Just if you're a sportsman, you should go there. And ang isa sa mga asset nung facility na yon, meron silang museum. Alam niyo po, pagpunta ko sa museum, of course, namanghana ako. Kasi unang-una sa Pilipinas, wala tayong museum sa sports. Pagpasok ko doon, wow, merong library sa katabi, merong museum. Habang umiikot ako, again, siguro nga, babanggitin ko, kung nakausap ko lang po si Lydia De Vega, sa tingin ko, feeling ko makakalimutan ko yon. Kaya po sa tingin ko nabuo ang OSLP dahil na rin po dito sa pagbisita ko sa museum. Bakit? Bago po ako umexit sa museum, ang isa sa mga nakita ko papalabas ng museum, may nakalagay sa case, medal, picture ng isang babae, track, yung shoes na ginamit niya, yung bib niya, at yung tungkol sa kanya. Alam niyo po ba, yung accomplishment niya, it pales in comparison sa accomplishment ni Lydia De Vega. Pero anong pagkakaiba? Siya, na Singaporean, naaalala siya ng country niya, andun yung kanyang space sa museum nila, pinapahalagahan siya. Si Lydia De Vega, sa dami ng milestones na achieved niya para sa bansa natin, pakiramdam ko, hindi siya nabigyan ng halaga. Doon ko naintindihan yung tinig na galing sa kanya nung kausap ko siya. Alam mo, sabi ko, pauwi ako, Jay, sabi ko, sana magkaroon ako ng pagkakataon na maikwento ko yung kwento niya. Pero noong 2014, Jay, wala pa akong masyadong network. Hindi pa ako masyadong kilala sa Mindanao, hindi pa ako masyadong kilala sa sports sa Pilipinas. So, medyo hindi ko naisip kung paano gagawin yon. Of course, until sabi ko nga, it's a network. Ang mga ginagawa mo ngayon, at sa lahat na nakikinig sa YouTube, lahat na nandito sa Zoom, mas mapapadali yan kapag ikaw ay mapabilang sa hanay ng mga tamang tao. Anong ibig sabihin ng tamang tao? Mga taong pareho mo ang nais at may kakayahan gawing katotohanan ang nais mo. At dito na pumasok si Miss Akiko Thompson and the Philippine Olympians Association. Of course, sino ang hindi makakakilala kay Miss Akiko Thompson? Same thing siya ni Lydia De Vega. When Lydia De Vega was about to end her career, Miss Akiko Thompson's career was starting to flourish in swimming. At naalala ko to, and I'm sure JR, I think she is in our generation, commercial sa Milo, at kung sa SEA Games, that 1991 SEA Games, Jay. I don't know if you remember that SEA Games where they really, siya, si Eric Buhain, and that swimming team, and tayo ang nag-overall nun and that very exciting SEA Games held in Metro Manila. But with Miss Akiko Thompson Guevara, na-meet ko siya face-to-face 2016. Naalala ko pa to, and I'm not sure if she's listening, but whenever I'm given the chance, and kasama ko pa lang siya nung pumunta ako sa Manila this week, Jay, naalala ko to, lagi itong kinikwento sa kanya. Lagi ko itong kinikwento pag nandyan siya at pag yung what not to do when you meet an icon for the first time. Alam mo, Jay, sa galing kong magsalita. And noong 2016, medyo magaling na ako magsalita noon. Nung na-meet ko siya sa Davao, nag-stammer ako sa harap niya kung ano-anong pinagsasabi ko na hindi ko alam. Bakit ko ba pinagsasabi to? Sabi ko, hanggang ngayon, pag sabi ko, Kicks, grabe talaga yung experience ko when I met you for the first time. I was so starstruck. I kept on talking and I felt like I wasn't making any sense anymore. But I was so happy to meet her in 2016 because it really started a friendship that until now we enjoy, and of course has produced a partnership that I believe is contributing much to better the culture of Philippine sports. Dahil nga sa pagiging magkaibigan namin ni Akiko, nung pandemic, and of course, by the way, si Akiko Thompson at ako, at kasama pa nung 25, 26, 24 more men and women in Philippine sports, kasama po namin sila sa Winning Still. No? Para sa mga nandito sa group chat, nilagay ko po sa chat box yung link nung sa librong Winning Still. No? So, Jay, baka if you can do me a favor, you can also copy-paste it in our YouTube para rin makita ng ating mga nakikinig. But anyway, naging kaming maging magkaibigan pa ni Akiko dahil nga doon sa libro, yung sa Winning Still. So when I presented Akiko the idea of, nung sabi ko nga, nung hindi naging pwede sa Ateneo de Davao, sabi ko, kanino ko kaya ito ipipresent? Kasi ang nasa isip ko noon, Olympians na talaga magsasalita. Of course, by default, nilapitan ko si Akiko, who is, I haven't realized then, siya pala ang president ng Philippine Olympians Association. No? Again, sometimes things just happen. There are many times that things don't just happen without any reason. They happen because there's a bigger reason behind it. So nung present ko yung idea ko kay Akiko, she said, yes, let's try it out. At doon na nga nabuo ang first batch ng OSLP. It happened towards the tail end of 2020. So ano yung OSLP? Ano yung mga pinapahalagahan niya? There are 3 objectives, and I'm sure si JR kabisado na to, but let me walk through you with these 3 objectives. Una, storytelling. Ang online sports leadership program ends with stories. Alam niyo, naniniwala po ako na ang mga kwentong paulit-ulit natin na ibinabahagi, mga kwentong paulit-ulit natin na sinasabi, at mga kwentong paulit-ulit natin na ikinakalat, ito rin ang humuhubog sa ating katotohanan. Diba? So kung puro negative ang ikikwento mo, puro negative ang sasabihin mo sa sarili mo, most probably it will produce also negative actions and negative thoughts. And whatever you do, whatever you share, it will be embraced with negativity. So nakita namin when Akiko and I were sharing about this, we wanted to focus our storytelling in dreaming, in hoping, and in moving forward. Mahirap po maging atleta sa Pilipinas. Or when I say atleta, national athletes, mahirap maging coach. Maraming challenges. Recently, meron tayong mga challenges na merong mga issue on sports na naririnig natin. Hindi maging madali. Lalo na pag nagkumpara ka how our athletes are treated compared to the athletes of other countries. However, sabi ko nga, be mindful about the angle you want to take. At the end of the day, marami pa rin po ang nagmamahal sa sports sa Pilipinas. Marami pa rin po ang nagnanais na maiangat ito. At yun yung nais naming pagtuunan ng pansin sa OSLP. We want to gather like-minded individuals who are hopeful and at the same time capable. Tandaan nyo, capable, meaning they have the capacity and they have the influence to contribute to the culture of sports. So kaya po pag may mga gustong sumali na gusto lang sumali, nilalagay lang namin muna siya sa waitlist. Kasi ang lagi kong tinatanong din sa sarili ko, kasi ako yung gatekeeper ng OSLP. Akiko is in charge of the speakers. Ako yung gatekeeper. Ako yung magpapapasok or ako yung sabing, next batch ka na lang. No? Kaya to be honest, ang lagi kong sinasabi, may bayad po. Pag nagsabi pa lang ako may bayad po, ang iba, ay may bayad, hindi po ba libre? Alam ko na agad na hindi ito para sa kanila. Kasi ang una naming ayaw is yung puro libre ang gusto. Kasi kung dito pa lang sa online, yun na agad yung kanilang bias. Pag gumalaw tayo, mahirapan niyang gumalaw na kasama namin. Hindi ko sinasabing totoo yan sa lahat, pero mga ano yan, indicators. Indicators. Again, uulitin ko yung sinabi ko. For everything that is valuable, it comes with a certain value too. Ang bawat mahalaga ay may kaakibat na halaga. So storytelling, it's one of the objectives. So ang kwento dito hindi lang nanggagaling sa mga Olympians. Of course, sila ang sentro, pero meron ding kwentuhan ng mga batchmates. Kaya kanina nung nagkikwentuhan kami ni JR, nabanggit niya na mas nakilala niya raw ang kanyang mga batchmates dahil sa kwentuhan. Of course, kung familiar kayo sa Zoom, meron tayong breakout rooms, di ba? Pero hindi lang breakout rooms nagkakaroon ng pagkakataon ang sa OSLP. Mamaya ikikwento ko kung paano pa yon. So again, first objective of the OSLP is storytelling, kwentuhan. Pero these are guided questions. Hindi lang ito bahala na si Batman. Ito po ay pinag-iisipan ng mga tanong at ito hinahayaan namin na pag-usapan ng magkakabatch. Ang mga kasama sa OSLP, coaches, national athletes, national coaches, sports directors, influencers of sports in schools and communities from the country. We always want to make sure na sa isang batch represented ang Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So storytelling, objective number 1. Objective number 2, networking. Di ba? Narinig nyo na ba ang mga katagang? Open-minded ka ba? Di ba? Or kape tayo. Di ba? Ngayon, nagkakape ako kasi naalala ko, nung binanggit namin yung networking, biglang nag-trigger ako, ay, kailangan ko magkape. Networking. Ang networking is yung pagkakadugtong-dugtong. Kung bibigyan mo ng kahulugan yan sa Filipino, networking is ang pagkakadugtong-dugtong. Or paminsan, ang pagkakabuhol-buhol. Depende kung paano mo na idugtong-dugtong. Di ba paminsan, buhol-buhol? Ang Pilipino, pag tumingin ka sa mga networking natin sa mga poste, buhol-buhol. Masaya ako ngayon na dito sa Davao, meron na kaming isang street na wala na talagang wires. Underground na. Pero hindi ko nga lang alam kung baka buhol-buhol din underground. Tinago lang yung pagkabuhol-buhol. But nonetheless, at least maliwanag na. Maliwanag na. Ang point ko doon is, when we in the OSLP, when we try to bring people, we always want, and again, as I mentioned, this is my role as the gatekeeper. I want to make sure that when I bring a batch in, the batch will make sense. We are not just bringing people, kasi ano lang yan, and what makes it is hanggang 16 members lang ang pwedeng sumali. Kasi feeling ko, pag lumagpas pa doon, masyado nang mako-compromise ang opportunity to talk. May hirapan na ang small groups. Magiging masyado nang mahaba or masyado nang maiksi ang 15 minutes pag 5 or 6 na sa isang small group. Pero kung 4 lang ang 15 minutes, masaya pa yan. No? So, bilang gatekeeper, lagi kong sinasabi, okay ba itong mix na ito? Makakatulong ba kung itong babaeng ito, itong lalaking ito kasama dito? At of course, very mindful ako na dapat may mix ng kababaihan sa grupo. No? Ang Mindanao Peace Games po is a sports movement na para sa mga kababaihan. So I think it's also where I'm coming from. Very particular. I think, Jay, ito yung feeling ko by default ko na yan. Kaya napansin ko agad na puro kayo lalaki. Di ba? Sabi ko, uy, boy band to ah. No, I think it's because of my advocacy in women in sports. That's why it's now, lagi ko siyang napapansin kapag, uy, wala yatang babae sa grupo. No, at ako habang tumatanda ako sa sports, and I've been in the world of sports in the Philippines for 17 years now. So for 17 years, mas lalo kong pinaniniwalaan ang halaga ng pagkakaroon ng pantay-pantay na representation sa anuman na adhikain natin sa sports, paaralan man o komunidad or para sa bansa. No? But that's why very particular ako sino ang mga kasali. So again, ang second objective ng OSLP is magkaroon ng pagkakataon na magdugtong-dugtong ang Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Coach, sports director, influencer, at hindi lang magkakadugtong-dugtong sa batch, pero madugtong-dugtong sila ng mga kwento nila. Makita nila kung bakit sila pare-parehong nasa sports. Ano nga ba ang mga dahilan nila? At bakit sila, ano yung mga pare-parehong dahilan? And we celebrate this shared advocacy, this shared reasons, this shared vision for Philippine sports. Again, shared experience. Mas didikit ka sa isang tao na may pareho kayong pinagdaanan, na may pareho kayong pinaniniwalaan. At pag naging malakas yun, kahit magkaroon kayo ng konting argument sa gitna, you will easily find ways to patch things up because of a shared experience. So again, networking. Maayos na pagkakadugtong-dugtong ng mga participants. And the third and final objective, systems thinking. You Google this thought, systems thinking, and it will produce so many ideas, good ideas. Pero ito lang po, simple lang, papaliwanag ko lang to sa inyo. Ang systems thinking is encouraging our participants to learn from the stories of each other and identify what works for them and see how it will work for them. Kumbaga, yung merit ng kwento ni JR, paano ba yan ma-apply sa ginagawa ko? Or vice versa. Itong merit ng kwento ko, paano ba ito magagawa sa ginagawa ni JR? Masaya nga ako na binanggit ni JR na, Coach, yung isang approach natin sa OSLP, in-apply ko sa aking network. At to be honest, sa tingin ko kaya ako nandito dahil si Neil Patrick Ferrer, ibinahagi yung kwento ng OSLP kay JR. At doon nag-reach out si JR. Di ba? And kung titingnan nyo, dahil lang yon sa, uy, maganda yata to, i-share ko kaya to sa katabi ko. O, tingnan mo at nag-network, nadugtong ulit. I'm sure pagkatapos ng hapon na ito, there will be more networks that will be formed. Ang systems thinking, suma total, is tingnan mo kung ano ang maganda, ano ang gumagana, at try mong dalhin kung asan ka. It may not work, all of them, but one might work for you. And if that happens, your culture grows. Your culture becomes better. And if you keep moving forward with it, it might help elevate further the culture of sports in your community. Again, yung tatlong objective ng OSLP, storytelling, networking, and systems thinking. Pag sumali kayo sa OSLP, mauulit yung papakinggan ito. Lagi namin itong sinasabi sa umpisa at sa dulo ng batch. Alright. Of course, I'm almost done with my presentation. E-nights. Ito yung sinasabi ni JR na appreciate niya. And sa e-nights, and by the way, JR, yung mga groupings na yon, ano yon? May science yon. Meron kaming formula kung paano yun nag-group. So that to maximize really all the batchmates, to meet most of the batchmates. E stands for engagement. Engagement night. Of course, it's also done via Zoom. So ang gagawin lang namin, all the sessions in the OSLP with the Olympians are held every Saturdays. Every Saturdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Minsan nababago yan pag ang speaker nasa outside the country. We have to change the time zone. So paminsan nagiging umaga pag ang speaker nasa US or na depende kung asan siya sa mundo. But again, the e-nights happen between the 2 Saturdays. So pag halimbawa, speaker number 1, si Lydia De Vega. Pagkatapos ng Sabadong yan, kinabukasan, Sunday, ipopost ko na yung groupings for the e-night. So ang sasabihin ko niyan, i-divide ko into 4 groups. 4 groups yan. 4 groups or groups of 4. Groups of 4 or groups of 5. Depende. Depende yan kung ilan sila. And then I'll assign a BDL who is in charge of gathering the group. And then I will ask them to choose one evening. Dapat gabi. So, Coach, bakit gabi? Para pwede ang ibang uminom, to be honest. Para may option silang mag-wine, mag-beer, mag-tea, mag-whiskey. No, yan yung ano namin. Beer, tea, whiskey, coffee, milk. Lahat na pwede mong may E-sound. So, engagement night na meron kang iniinom. Diba? And look at it, systems thinking. Diba? Pag may mga conversation kayo ng mga kaibigan, pamilya, usually may iniinom ka sa bahay, juice, laging merong kaakibat na iniinom. Hindi kailangan alcohol yan, ha? But when you converse, especially pag alam mong matagal-tagal ang kwentuhan, your mind is associated na pag may iniinom, hindi ito madalian. And that's what we also want to emphasize. Though we tell our participants, by the way, we call our participants OSLPians, parang Olympians. OSLP and then small IANS, OSLPians. So we ask our OSLPians 1 hour only for the e-night, but many of them would extend beyond the 1 hour dahil napasarap ang usapan. And again, I am sure ang e-nights hindi lang usapan ang nabubuo, kundi napapalalim ang So that's the e-night. And I think this is yan. In the OSLP, especially in the OSLP National Summit that we are going to create, our standards are not within the Philippines. And very important ito. Sa lahat nating ginagawa, napakahalaga ng standards. And I always believe that to be able to create better culture in Philippine sports, we have to look beyond, bring it here through systems thinking, and elevate the community or the school that we are in. The ICCE, or the International Center for Coaching Excellence, and the WOA, where Akiko is, and the Philippine Olympians is part of. Ano yung WOA? World Olympians Association. These two are our standards of way of doing things. Lalo na sa National Summit. Meaning, yung National Summit namin, hindi lang ito pupunta lang doon na 3 days ang sasabihin namin, tapos tatapusin lang namin in 1 day. Tapos yung 2 days, bahala na. Merong mga event na ganyan eh. Naka-attend na ako niya na nabigla ako na 3 days nakalagay, tapos tatapusin ng 1 day lang para the remaining days, turista na lahat na participants. No? So in the National Summit in Palawan, in Puerto Princesa, it's gonna be an intentional and strategic experience for all our OSLP participants. It will be a mix of speakers from inside and outside the country. In fact, as meron na kaming keynote speaker as early as now, and we're already finalizing her itinerary. Our keynote speaker is a respected sports leader from Europe, a distinguished book writer, and is also very passionate about sports, like-minded individuals. Yun yung pala yung lagi namin ang namin, no? Ang hinahanap namin yung medyo kapareho, na pag dumugtong kami, mas magfo-flourish yung aming nais. Magfo-flourish ang aming nais. Of course, considering that we are all capable and influential in our network. Kumbaga, parang sa idea to, parang we are creating an Avengers. Diba? Na lahat magkakaiba, pero pare-pareho may kapangyarihan, pero may iba-ibang kakayahan. But the goal is to make the world better. So again, napakahalaga po. And ako, sa mga nakikinig, whatever you do, set standards. And ask your members to adhere to those standards. Sabi nga niyan, sabi yung pursue excellence. But of course, be mindful if the excellence that you are choosing is really the excellence of the world. Baka hindi naman talaga excellence ang hinahabol mo, mukha lang. And I think finally, this is the last, and this is And this is where I remember si Neil Patrick Ferrer. Shout out again kay Neil Patrick Ferrer. The Minesweeper lesson in networking. I end this sharing with this thought. And I think for many of us who are in this call, dahil mga teachers kayo, we grew up during the early years of desktop. No, Neil, na early years of desktop, di ba? Yung sa early years of desktop, sa desktop, kukonti lang yung mga games. Pero may 3 popular games dyan na maaalala nyo. Especially pag binanggit ko ngayon. Una, pinball. Merong pinball dyan. Pangalawa, solitaire. Di ba? Jay, nakalaro ka niyan sa desktop. And of course, third, Minesweeper. Alam mo, yung Minesweeper, kala ko laro lang yan noon. Pero nung nagawa ko siya sa context ng networking, makapangyarihan ang aral na binigay niya sa akin. Sa Minesweeper, kung ito, papabalikin ko, balikan nyo yung mga panahon na naglalaro ka ng Minesweeper. Ito yung tanong ko. Ngayong iniisip nyo na, ha? JR, isipin mo rin. Ito yung tanong ko. May strategy ka ba sa laro? Ito ang sagot. Feeling ko ito yung sagot nyo. Pag umpisa, wala po. Wala kayong strategy. Dahil no way kayong, it's so random. Most of the time, pag nag-click kayo, ang tendency nyo, pag click, pag ayaw nyo yung nakita nyo, uulitin nyo yung laro. Kahit hindi pa nyo napupindot yung bomb. Uulitin nyo. Paano kayo na-encourage magsimula? Or magpatuloy ng game? Kasi most of the people I've asked, if not all the people I asked, paano kayo nagsisimula? Sabi na, Coach, click lang. Click lang the box. Block, the squares. Tapos, pero ito yung tinanong ko, paano kayo na-motivate magpatuloy? Ito po, pare-pareho ang sagot nila. Kapag daw, sa first 3 to 5 clicks, bumukas agad yung malaking space ng Minesweeper. Diba naalala niyo yun? Yung pag napindot niyo yung poop, biglang bumukas, bigla kang titigil, sabi, mukhang may chance. Saka ka na dahan-dahan magkiklik. Magiging ka ng iingatan mo na kung alin yung sa tingin mo may bomba, lalagyan mo ng flag, yung sa tingin mo yung may bomba para ma-indicate mo. Pero bakit ka nagpatuloy? Dahil sa tulong ng isang square na yon. Na baka sa tingin nyo walang pangalan. Pero ngayong hapon, papangalanan natin yan. Sa Minesweeper, may 3 klaseng square. Una, yung square na may bomba. Pag na-click nyo siya, game over. Sa networking, meron din ganyan. Yung pag na-click mo, ayaw agad. Or pag nakapag-click mo, alam mo ay hindi kami nito magkakasundo. Hindi ito pwede. That's the reason why my gatekeeper sa OSLP. I rely on my wisdom. I rely on my years of having to deal with so many kinds of people in sports to say, mukhang pwede ito. And usually, my weight kapag ang nag-endorse sa akin ay yung nag-OSLP na. Kasi na-filter na nila eh. Na-filter na nila. Like si JR, well-endorsed siya ni Neil Patrick Ferrer eh. Si Neil, grabe yan. Si Neil, grabe energizer bunny yan kung saan-saan niya na mga online gathering sumasali. May mga times, dala-dalawa, tatlo-tatlo yan. Tapos may ka-meeting ko pa. No? So sabi ko, grabe itong batang to. Talagang bibong-bibong matuto. So most probably, kapag in-endorse niya ito, baka bibong-bibo din ito. At meron din itong network niya. True enough. Si JR, ito pala. Ito na nga. Kaya ako nandito ngayon. But again, going back dun sa first square, meron talagang ganyan. Yung pag nag-reach out kayo, doon pa lang, tapos na yung boxing. Wala nang dudugtungan doon. Hindi magdi-network. Maling dugtong. So that's the first square. Sa Minesweeper, may second square. Ito yon, again, sa mga nakikinig, pinapaalala ko lang, pag clinic mo siya, bubuksan niya ang sarili niya, pero kasama rin yung immediate squares lang sa palibot niya. Bumukas, pero konti lang. So meron kang, ito yung tipong, tama. Pwede pa ako maglaro. Napatama. Pero ang pinakamalupit sa Minesweeper, and this square is the reason why many of you who play the game decided to keep on playing after those first random clicks. Ito yung third square. Siya yung generous square. Siya yung pag-click mo, binuksan niya pa, Diyos ko dahil, lumaki yung bukas, boom! Kaya ka naganahan magpatuloy. Sa networking, yun din po yung hanapin nyo. Yung third square. Yung nagpakilala ka lang sa'yo, binuksan niya pa yung malaking mundo niya sa'yo. Sama ka, dito ka. Dito ka. O ito, pakilala kita dito. Sino pa dyan ang pwede mong makasama? Na hindi mo akalain na meron pa palang mas malaking mundo. At alam mong meron, pero hindi mo akalain na, uy, ito pala yung, kasi nakita mo lang siya eh. Meron pa palang mas malaki sa network niya. Nabuksan lang, pag-click mo sa kanya. Similar to that third square in Minesweeper. And in the OSLP, we are mindful for this. We are hopeful for this. That in all the participants we bring in, they carry with them the generosity of the third square in the Minesweeper game. Na pag na-click sila ng kanyang batchmate, pag nag-reach out sa kanilang batchmate, hindi lang siya ang ang tutulong, pero pati yung network behind him or behind her. And I believe that's where the power of networks like this can come in. Their generosity to provide access to its members, knowledge to its members, experience to its members. And if you keep on doing that regularly, intentionally, strategically, then there's gonna be a constant generation of sports leaders and coaches in the Philippines who will be learning, growing, and eventually maturing. And when it's their time to lead, you will be encountering better leaders in the forefront. So again, JR, maraming salamat sa pagkakataon na binigay nyo sa akin sa hapon na to at sa mga nakikinig sa Zoom room and all those who are listening via YouTube as well. OSLP is anchored on the stories of our Olympians but relies so much on the networking ability of our participants and the power to change through systems thinking. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, now, I think Coach Nolly maraming napa-Minesweeper sa Google habang binabanggit mo yung Minesweeper. I think I played it 2 decades ago.
Yep.
Yeah, but I just want to say that the topic that you have shared ngayong hapon na to is very inspiring, right? Especially at this day and age wherein we are all aspiring to get the next gold medalist of our country. And I strongly believe that the PE teachers, mga future PE teachers dyan, kaway-kaway, you don't know, right? Like the story of Heidelin Diaz, right? You don't know that sa inyo manggaling yung susunod na yan. Kaya if we are a better leader, kahit na sa maliit na school man lang tayo, still maganda at malayo ang mararating yan. At this point, no, pinibigyan natin ng opportunity ang ating mga kaibigan sa YouTube, here, sa Zoom, na maaaring magtanong kay Coach Nolly, at least mga 3 questions siguro kung meron sa ating makikita na dito sa chat box, sa Zoom at sa YouTube, para ito na yung perfect na pagkakataon para makapagtanong sa ating gatekeeper. And habang inaantay natin nga ang possible na mga questions or mga pagbate na mula sa ating mga participants, personally, sobrang laking naitulong para mabago at yung aking perspective when it comes to sports with the session I attended. I'm very proud sa mga kasama ko sa batch 6. Well diverse, no? Grabe, may dance sports, athlete kami and coach, no? May mga head pa ng iba't ibang institution. Kaya nakaka-proud. And yun nga hindi natin naririnig itong mga storya na to basta-basta kung saan-saan. But again, napakaganda ng binitawan ni Coach Nolly. Ang bawat mahalaga ay may kaakibat na halaga, right? I can attest to that because we've been facilitating 1PhysEd.Ph for almost 2 years now. And napansin din namin yan that yes, so most of the time, the voluntary work that we are doing are really inspiring the others, but we cannot really identify if they are really there attending. They are really, it puts prime and meaning to what they're doing in their respective institution. Therefore, the direction ng 1PhysEd.Ph is to provide more intimacy sa ating mga professional development training. Yes, don't worry, we're gonna be continuing this this kind of work, but we want to provide, no, kung meron tayong nire-raise sa OSLP ng mga future sports leaders, dapat yung nasa grassroots like the PE teachers are also engaged to prepare them to be better PE leaders of the respective organization. At gusto kong banggitin to, no, napakaganda ng binitawan mong salita, Coach Nolly. Ang lahat ng ginagawa mo ay mapapadali kung ikaw ay nasa hanay ng tamang tao. Kaya yung nabanggit ko to dun sa shinare ko sa Coach Nolly, no, yung aking ambassadors group na naririnig nila, I think most of them or ilan sa kanila ay nandito ngayon, naririnig nila yung word na gatekeeper. Sabi ko, hindi lahat sa form na nirelease namin sa 1PhysEd.Ph, there are hundreds of people who would like to be ambassadors. But dahil na-inspire ako dun sa word na gatekeeper, talagang salang-sala sila, pinili sila to represent 1PhysEd.Ph. Kaya super thank you. Yan, Coach Nolly. And this time, we just want to check our chat box if there are some questions. Wala naman tayo dito, but it's more of giving thanks to what they've heard, they've witnessed. But again, ito po, no, Coach Nolly is inviting us to join this Facebook group, no, in Mindanao Sports, no, so that we will be updated with the recent developments and updates of the program. And shinare ko rin po yung link, no, if you would like to get a copy of Winning Still. Personally, I have mine, no, and although medyo matagal ko na siyang nabili, no, I think a couple of months na, sa kalagitnaan na ako. But we can really see, sabi nga ni Coach Nolly, hindi mga talagang expert writers ang kasama dito, but the story na ating mapapakinggan, or I mean mababasa dito sa book na to can put an inspiration sa atin. So ayan po, no, makikita natin na nagpapasalamat sila sa kanilang na-witness, Coach Nolly, and sa ating mga participants. Hopefully na kuha po natin yung tatlong importanteng sinabi ni Coach Nolly, which is storytelling, okay, networking, and systems thinking. No, yan ang pinaka mga output natin, and ilagay po ninyo yung mga hashtag sa mga selfie ninyo, no, sa inyong mga posts sa social media sa pag-attend sa session na to. Okay, at this time, no, since I think marami naman puro pagpapasalamat at walang specific question, but I think marami akong mare-receive na PM mamaya regarding sa OSLP. Naka-receive na ako kanina, no, for batch 7, no. I will just ask Coach Nolly about the details of it, and i-endorse ko po kayo sa kanya mamaya. And at this point, no, we would like to present this humble of the certificate of appreciation. May I request our tech team to please share screen so that we can humbly present to our speaker this certificate that we created. There you go. Okay, allow me to read the certificate. No, medyo mapink ka. All right. Okay, the certificate of appreciation is hereby awarded to Coach Nolly Ayo for generously sharing his expertise as his resource speaker during the sports series with the team Empowering School Sports for a Better Tomorrow in the webinar titled The OSLP and Creating a Network of Sports Leaders via 1PhysEd YouTube channel and Zoom, awarded the 2nd day of April 2022. Signed yours truly, Coach J.R. Viterbo, Founder and Program Director, Mr. Joshua Villarreal, Technical Manager, and Ms. Hazel Eunice Carmen, Program and Events Manager. Muli, pagsaludo at pasasalamat sa inspirasyon na inyong ibinahagi, Coach Nolly. And again, this is just the beginning of another journey, another network that we can build to change or to make a difference for Philippine sports. Salamat po. All right. Again, before we end, of course, we would just want to no, Coach Nolly, do you have something to say or you're okay na?
Yes. Jay, first, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to share. No? And I think I was also struck by what Sir Alan Santos message here, no? From Key School, Manila, Alan Santos. Sinabi na rito, hoping for many PE teachers to see themselves as sports leaders as well. Kasi babalikan ko yung sinabi ko about narrative. yung stories na binabahagi niyo. And again, pag tiningnan mo nga ang sarili mo as PE teacher, okay, teacher, but maganda itong binanggit ni Alan na you see yourselves as leaders as well, as shapers of leaders, of future leaders. I think that gives you a bigger platform of responsibility. No, na hindi lang kayo coach lang or hindi lang kayo PE teacher lang. No, na kayo'y tagahubog ng mga susunod na henerasyon na matututo na dahil sa aral ng sports at physical education, mas mailalabas nila ang mas at higit pa sa kanila. Tandaan nyo, we have learning styles, di ba? Multiple intelligence. Merong dadaan sa inyo na magiging pinuno ng paaralan, lugar, or malay mo ng ating bansa. Paano kung dumaan siya sa inyo at pinetics nyo lang ang pagtuturo? Meaning, ang itinuro nyo lang, puro lang sports, puro lang galaw, at hindi nyo sinausawan ng aral at mabuting pananaw. Nasayang yung pagkakataon. And I think I'd like to give credit to this insight of Sir Alan Santos na see yourselves as leaders as well because you are. As you shape the minds of these young students that will walk the path through you. Kasi kayo yung gatekeeper. Teach them well. Share to them narratives that when they embrace it, these narratives will help shape their values and their beliefs that will lead them to better direction in life. So again, I hope to see some of you in the OSLP. Again, it's really a small group. Again, I'm the gatekeeper and I'm a very strict gatekeeper. And if you enter the gate, I hope to see you in the National Summit in October of 2022. It will be not only fun, but a life-changing moment for all of us. JR, maraming salamat.
Very well said, no? Napakaganda nung buti na lang sinabi yan ni Sir Alan. And again, wag po magtatampo. I might endorse you to Coach Nolly, but like what he said, he is the gatekeeper. I'm just the endorser. All right, ayan po. Sir Nolly, if I can ask you this, napaganda kasi itong question. Siyempre, maraming setup private school setup, public school setup. Ganda ng question ni Sir Paul Laura. Pahabol po Coach JR, paano po ba matutulungan natin ang mga sports officers ng mga division sa probinsya kung hindi sila inclined sa sports? I think I can relate to this kasi meron talaga sometimes na they are being given the position, but the problem is yung actual na experience talaga into the sports system, wala sila. How can you answer this, Coach Not?
Yeah, and thank you, Jay. No, and it's really based context yan, very contextual yan. Ang mga mundong ginagawalawan natin iba-iba. Kaya nga sa OSLP yung systems thinking. Yung systems thinking allows consciously ini-encourage namin yung participants spot what's happening good in one place and bring it to your place. What can you bring to your place? And yung nangyayari nga sa ibang lugar sa public school system, yung na-assign tapos tama ba Jay, no? Tama yung line ko na-assign tapos hindi into sports.
Yes. Yeah.
Sila at the moment ang decision makers. Wala tayong magagawa dyan. But you can influence the community below them.
Mm.
There's a critical mass below that person that genuinely loves sports, genuinely loves physical education. If you can gather them as a network, nurture that love, be mindful of the narrative, di ba? Kasi depende talaga sa narrative. Kung puro kayo marites, na puro negative ang kwentuhan, may option naman kasi. Meron pwede yung pag-usapan yung ano yung maganda. And totoo to, ito yung tinatawag na appreciative inquiry. If i-Google nyo yan, AI model, you focus on what is good and then you duplicate what is good. Tayo, Pinoy, problem-solving method tayo. Tinitingnan muna yung problema and doon tayo nagsisimula. Ang appreciative inquiry, baliktad. Tinitingnan yung possibility, yung sagot, at yun yung pinapalaki. Kahit maliit lang yun. So kung nandun ka sa setup na hindi masyadong supportive ang supervisor, look at the people beneath that. Itong 1PhysEd, I'm sure ito to be, I think I'll be very, I'll hit, dito na, hindi naman sa tingin ko lahat dito as capacitated as everyone else. Parang hati-hati kayo rito. But hanapin nyo sino yung pwede mong makasama. Sa Mindanao Peace Games, meron kaming 3 kataga, kalaro, kaibigan, kasama. Sana sa pagiging magkakalaro, maging kaibigan mo. Pero ang pinaka-ultimate naming nais, maging kasama mo sila sa adhikain mo. Tandaan mo, hindi lahat na kaibigan mo sasama sa'yo. Hanapin mo yung makakasama mo. Same thing if you're in that position. Look for your like-minded individuals. Kindred. That our term, kindred individuals. Then work together. Nurture your dreams, your aspiration. But hindi lang to pag-nurture ng pangarap. Kailangan nyo rin talaga sarili, i-capacitate. Reach out to people. Share with them your aspirations. Pero ito lang, wag pa dole out. Huwag kayo yung hingi ng tulong. Always insist to give something in return. Meaning, establish partnership. Jay, I believe I've established good rapport with partners as I grew as a leader in sports because hindi ako naniniwala sa dole out. Ayoko yung hihingi ako. Hindi. Ako mindful ako na dapat may ibabalik ako. Mindful ako na pag nagkausap ko ito, regardless na kung mataas ang posisyon niya sa akin, siya ang may pera na magbibigay sa ginagawa ko. Lagi kong sinasabi sa kanya, may maibabalik ako sa iyo. Na meron din akong kakayahan na makatulong sa ginagawa mo. So yun yung hinahanap ko, synergy. And the same thing, again, babalikan ko, find synergy in each other. Mahalaga yon, hindi lang imimix, synergy. Anong ibig sabihin ng synergy? Pag nagsama kayo, may mas malaki pang produkto ang mangyayari dahil nagsama ang inyong pangarap at kakayahan. Again, binabanggit ko, Jay, hindi lang pangarap. Dahil kung puro pangarap at walang gawa at walang kakayahan, hanggang dyan lang yan. Dapat may kaakibat yan na kakayahan at may gagawin kayo para talaga magkaroon ng pagbabago.
Very well said. Kakayahan at aksyon. Tama. No? And sabi nga dun sa isang prayer ng Lasal, no? Let me be the change I want to see. Right? Sometimes we cannot really expect na yung mga nakaupo na above us will do the change. It begins with us. And again, napaka-importante na makasama natin yung mga tamang tao if we would like to have that change possible. Kaya isiguro best sample ko na lang here in 1PhysEd.Ph. I started this alone. I shared it to Coach Josh. Then I shared it to another. Then we made possible a team to give every weekend this work that we are doing for the community. Kaya marami. This is a big discussion, but again, one thing is certain, if you want to reach something, it begins on us. How are we gonna make that possible? Muli, maraming salamat Coach Nolly sa iyong pagbabahagi ng kwento at inspirasyon sa 1PhysEd.Ph community. Alright, sige, ayan po, no, nakakatuwa na naging inspirational talaga ang ating episode 79. But again, hindi po natatapos dyan because we're just gonna give some announcements, okay? Promotions and announcements. Then after that, we're gonna be proceeding doon sa ating pag-generate ng ating mga evaluation and e-certificate. At this moment po, we would like to request Coach Josh to go to the next slide. Okay? I think this is about, again, we are inviting everyone for those who would like, because I'm proud to say that starting yesterday, 1PhysEd.Ph.com is now available. And again, if you would like to avail the premium access to this digital learning library that we created specifically for PE teachers, then we're inviting you to sign up now as a premium member. And you know what's good? Those who trusted us 2020 not to be part of this premium membership, we did not expire their membership because we believe that with their trust, we made to stand where we are right now. Right? Sabi nga, if yung mahalaga sa'yo, bigyan, ang isang bagay na mahalaga ay bigyan ng halaga. No? Pwede natin siyang ma-relate dito. Next slide, Coach Josh. And again, we're sharing to you the step-by-step procedure just in case you want to avail. But again, with the help of Miss PB Adrales, siya po ang nagawa niyan. It can now be availed through Shopee. Just go to 1PhysEd.Ph Shopee page, and you can already click there the process on how you can sign up as a premium member. And in addition to that, also we have this shirt that I'm wearing right now. Again, we're gathering also some funds because last year nakapag-donate po tayo sa mga BPE students natin through this shirt. So salamat po sa lahat ng mga nag-avail na ng ating shirt. And again, you can see it there via Shopee. Coach Josh, can you show the design? Yeah, we have two options, the blue one and the Spider-Man design. Ayan po, yung ating 1PhysEd.Ph shirt. And next po, Coach Josh. And yeah, like what I've said, you can avail all of this via Shopee. And the good thing about it is that, Coach Josh, can you go to the next slide after that? Okay. Again, if you will be availing our premium membership, you have exclusive access to this website that we created, a digital learning library specifically designed for PE teachers, featuring the best topic in the conference we had for the past, for last 2020 and 2021. Nandiyan po siya. And of course, we appreciate if you can check. Pwede po nyo bisitahin yung ating website para makita nyo po. And you can access even the free courses that we offer there. And don't forget also, Coach Josh, to visit our Facebook page because you can see the PE articles that we share, inspirational quotes, community announcement, programs, and activities. Therefore, for those na hindi pa po nakaka-like and follow sa ating Facebook page, thank you because for 2 years we made 15,000 followers na po, no? Natutulungan natin ang mga PE teachers at mga individuals. So kindly like and follow our Facebook page. And again, I would like to announce that next week we're gonna continue our international sports series because for next week, nabanggit na ang pangalan ni Coach Nolly kanina, ang ating next speaker because ang ating next speaker ang nagdala sa akin to connect with Coach Nolly, no other than of course si Coach Neil. Si Coach Neil, no? Si Coach Neil Ferrer ang ating magiging speaker for next week. And mapapansin niyo po wala po tayong session for Holy Week, no? Siyempre in observance ng ating Holy Week we don't have, but for 23rd, 30th we have episodes still for May 7, 14, 21, and 28. Meron po tayong mga international speakers na dyan. Abangan po natin and stay tuned sa ating Facebook page. Alright, so ngayon po, no? Next, Coach Josh, maaari na po nating i-access ang ating e-certificate. And of course, kailangan po na mag-evaluate. Napaka-importante po niyan. So I'll be sharing now the link, no, sa ating Facebook. Sir John, can you share via YouTube naman sa ating mga participants ang ating evaluation link so that they can already access, okay? And habang nag-aantay, I think magandang i-play ni Sir Mark yung ating last music. Coach Nolly, nung narinig mo yung mga music, anong naramdaman?
Na-relax ako.
Grabe, no? Ang sarap ng pakinggan yung mga pagkakataon na tayo nakakapaglaro pa ng bata. Alright, so ayan. Okay, I'll be sharing now. Okay. There you go. Para po sa ating mga nasa Zoom, maaari nyo na pong i-access ang ating evaluation link. And again, antay lang po konti because we're gonna have this photo opportunity with our speakers so that makakapag-thank you post po tayo. Yan, sa ating mga nasa YouTube, post ko na din po. Okay. Multitasking yan. Alright, sige, ayan na po, nakapost na po ang ating mga evaluation at this point. Okay, may I request our participants, here's the Zoom, to turn on their camera, okay, so that we can take a photo with our speaker for this afternoon. Magandang hapon sa lahat, no? Sir Ronaldo, yan, Sir Mark, yo, Sir Robert, musta? Sir Arvin, yan. Yan, si Sir Alan. Floorball tayo, Sir Alan. Yeah, okay. Alright, sige, ayan po. Again, 5 seconds sa mga gusto pa po na mag-turn on ng camera so that we can take a photo. Okay, ayan, okay. Sige, mag-screenshot na ako. Best smile, ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright. Request ko naman po yung ating mga kasama. Sir Mark, can you do the screenshot also? Okay. Ready, Sir Mark? Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright. Okay, once again, this is Coach JR of 1PhysEd.Ph. Muli, be inspired and make a difference because tayo mga PE teachers can make something para sa ating respective organization. Let's keep on winning. Tama ba, Coach Nolly? Keep on winning. All right. Okay, magandang hapon and God bless. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, coaches.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Nolly.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Coach Nolly.
Bye-bye. Amping.
Alright. Sige, habang inaantay natin, okay, pwede pa pong there you go. Pwede na pong mag-accomplish.
Pwede na.
Hello, Sir Pakleb.
Kumuhit ng
Hi,
bilog
Miss
sa
Juanita.
lupa. Kumuha ng lata at ilagay ang lata sa gitna.
Shout out to Sir Emmanuel. Sipag maggawa ng PubMax.
Thank you, sir. Hi, ma'am. Hello po. Thank you po.
Hello, Sir Pakleb. Sir Jay, kasama din ako sa isang din sa OSLP.
Isang batch.
Isang
Batch ano ka, Miss?
Hala, nakalimutan ko na.
Baka pioneer ka.
In your moments.
So, possible magkita
Kasabay
tayo
ko si
sa
Sir Pakleb. Tama ba ako, sir?
Opo, ma'am. Opo.
Ayan, kasama ko siya. Anong batch tayo, sir?
Batch 2 po ata yun.
Ala, oy, ikaw wala.
Batch
Ako may
two.
edad na, ikaw wala pa.
Busy kasi yan si Sir Emmanuel.
Ang dami po.
Alright.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.